Hello everyone, it's Sugarbread Cat, and today I will be redesigning a subscriber requested hero costume. This is Reiko. She is a member of Class B if I remember correctly. She has a few scenes here and there, but she doesn't show up too much. I had to go back and find some images of her. It was a little difficult because I kept getting other people's OCs. On Safari, for some reason, there's quite a few people who use Reiko as, their name for a character for some reason, but that's neither here nor there. I do like her original costume, but I do have some issues with it. So for starters, her costume is a dress. She is going to be running around as a hero. It is a tight-fitting kimono dress that probably does not have safety shorts underneath, because if we've seen a certain mangaka's track record with costume making, that's just not even considered. So I'm going to assume that it's just a traditional kimono-inspired dress, so that's not even considered. I did keep the dress idea in mind, but I do want to put some form of shorts or some form of pants underneath, because again, hero work is an active thing. She's going to be running around, she's going to be fighting, she's going to be doing espionage of some sort. There is physical activity involved in this, a lot of it. She needs something that is not only functional, but looks good, because again, a lot of heroes have a public image that they need to keep, and they have a marketing team and a marketing aspect to it, because hero work is also monetized through fan clubs and merch. For some reason in the MHA universe, it's a thing. So she also needs something that's still distinctive. And her original costume is distinctive, I'll give it that, but at the same time it just doesn't work for her job. So the costume elements I did decide to keep are one, colors, because they work very well together, they look really nice. I do like that choice. The face mask, pretty neat element, I like that. And the cloud of fluff on her shoulders. I feel like that's just an interesting element. I don't really see fur or fluff on a lot of hero costumes in MHA. The only ones I can remember off the top of my head are Mina and Ojiro, and that's about it, honestly. I'm sure there's a few more, but they're the only ones that come to mind. So I also decided to keep the long sleeves for Reiko because they just look nice in my opinion. There's not really much else to it. Now, for the dress, I lengthened it, not only because I feel like it looks a bit better, but because longer clothes and hair has more animation potential. There's more ways you can have dramatic scenes with that. So if the creator decided they wanted a more dramatic scene and Reiko was somewhere in the background, the coat flying in the back, that would look cool. Well, dress, but it kind of functions as a coat because she's got pants underneath, so it's neither here nor there, honestly. With the belt, I do like it. I decided to keep it largely the same, but I added a little bag on the side just because I want her to be able to carry stuff around if she needs to. Just because what if she needs a walkie if she's doing spy work, or she needs some first aid supplies, because a lot of the time in hero work they run into injured civilians or they get injured themselves. So small stuff like that, that's oh okay, this is something that may or may not happen, but it's something you need to consider. Stuff like this is considered in Marvel and DC comics. So for me, it's as fans of those, it's something that I would like to see considered more in other media that does feature superheroes. I also do want to apologize for my voice sounding a bit weird just because I was sick for an entire week and I still have the lingering cough from it. So if that makes my voice sound a little bit weird, then that's why. But back to the design. I changed her socks into boots just because that's just honestly more practical. Because if I remember correctly, she was wearing flats along with her socks, and there is just way too much of a risk of those flats falling off, so it's just yeah, no, those are turning into boots because they have a higher chance of staying on your leg. But yeah, those are the boots. They're there, they're staying. And the last thing I wanted to mention was I added more of the fluffy cloud trim to the bottom of the coat thing, just because I wanted to balance it out a bit more. That way you'd have it going on at the top and the bottom, because originally with just the cloud up there, the design looks really top heavy. It's unbalanced. while I will admit the color scheme is good, most of the choices were decently good. Just, it was pretty unbalanced from an art design perspective. And by no means is it the original design a bad design, it's just, again, unbalanced. And unbalanced doesn't mean bad, it's just, hey, here's a thing you could work on. If you want to do it, you can. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to. I also wonder why she chose the name Emily for her hero name. I don't know if this is fanon or canon because I haven't checked Reiko's information in a little bit because I drew this a while back and now, like nearly 2 months later, I am just getting to the recording of the voice part of this video. So maybe she named herself after like a character from a horror movie because her quirk has something to do with spirits or turning intangible, something like that. Either way, they're included somewhere, but I didn't want to include them in her design because as much as I like Halloween and ghosts and all that, and horror movies, I felt like it just wouldn't give the vibes of a hero, and she wants to be a hero, so I have to take that into consideration. Anyways, that's the end of the design. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. It really helps support the channel. I'll see you guys next time. Bye! Sorry to interrupt, but I have an Etsy store. If you'd like to support the channel, you can get yourself some jewelry there. Here's the new Halloween earrings that were just dropped. The store is called Sugar Bread Studio, and it would be amazing if you could at least take a look. Here's an art piece that I made recently. It would really mean a lot if you went over to my Instagram to leave a like on it and just leave a comment. I work really hard on both my videos and my art, so it just really means a lot. And it also just helps me reach more people and get my art seen. So I would really appreciate if you did that.